anyone can benefit from this video, but my audience and my target in this video is going to be students. Students that are going to high school, college, universities, or any academic place where they're thinking or somebody told them that if you want to become that IT pro, or if you want to become that help desk position, like entry level position, you want to get that job, then you need to spend 6 months or at least get a bachelor's over here or associates over here, and after that you will get the job. Now, this is true. You will get it because that is the education. People are teaching you stuff. We know that. But it is not required. It is not required, and I will show you that from a valid source that you do not need any degree, academic degree, where a lot of people, let's say for example you want to become a doctor, then it is defined like this is kind of like known to other countries or anywhere else, or if in the United States, it doesn't matter where you go, you need to show some type of certifications that are known to the whole world. Like this is what you need to do. This is a degree that you have. You gotta have the degree to become a doctor. In IT positions, when you want to become a help desk or a desktop support positions or entry level positions, people have either spent years of educations and still cannot land the job, or landed a job, or people who have no education at all or know anything about IT have landed a job and they learned it in few weeks and months, and that's it. They are the IT professionals right now. So you could be either this person right now. You're shocked right now. Like, you're going to school. Somebody told you that, look, man, without this bachelor's degree, you really cannot land the IT entry-level position like help desk, desktop support positions. It won't work for you. Just go there. This is what people are asking for. So that's not true, though. Now, we're not saying that you shouldn't go. We're saying you should keep it. But there's another way, another very quick way to get these jobs. So you could be this person right now. Interesting. Let's see if this is a scam, because all of my life people told me that you really need to go to college to get the bachelor's degree and associates and things like that to really land these jobs. They're paying $45,000-$50,000. How is someone getting paid less than that, and I just go in there and I become an IT pro and people will stop paying me this money? Now that's true, but let's look at the data over here. I did not make this data. This data is coming from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. This is United States Department of Labor. I did not make this. This is a site that is maintained by the government. So going back to our PowerPoint, you could be still thinking that is it really a scam, or you could be one of those people that can take a practical step and say, okay, let me Google. Let's just go to Google. BLS.gov is a search, and then go to US Bureau of Labor Statistics, latest numbers. I'm going to click no thanks over here, and here I'll type computer support search, and this is where you will see the computer support specialist. Click on that, and exactly from here I crop this screen from this area. So again, this is where I'm getting the information. It's a valid source, and we need to focus on this section right here where it says work experience in a related occupation, none. On the job training, none. And again, the other data is something that we will discuss in our future lessons, that how to become one, work environment, all that stuff. We will cover that with our real world scenarios. At least now you know that the requirements are set to none for education and the training. So let's see some of the similar occupations over here. I just want to show you something. If I click on, let's say, computer programmer, and then do similar occupations, just look at this screen right here. Out of all of these titles on the left, they're all computer related titles. Most of them are IS, information technology type of positions. Look at the one that have no bachelor's or associate degree requirement, and that is the one that we're talking about, computer support specialist. Now remember, when I say this name, the title, this is like the entry level titles: desktop support technicians, user support technician, help desk support, help desk guys, whatever you want to call it, IT help desk. This is the entry level position where you are technically helping other users in your company, online, remote, anywhere. You are that first line of technical person who will be getting calls, and then you will be assigning the calls to the other departments, like the other one with a much more higher level skills, but all of them requires a degree or some type of education academically, and that is what I'm focusing over here. To a lot of people, they're still confused. They're going for some bigger bachelor's degrees and everything like that, and at the end they're finding out that I could have landed a job while I'm going to education. I am not saying that you should not be going to college or universities or high schools to for bigger education like academic level degrees, because you need it. As you can see from here, what would be your next step? You would want to advance, right? And after that, you will want to advance. Then you have the requirements over here, and by going to school, you can still land a help desk and desktop level positions, and then have your school pay for your education. That is something I'm going to discuss later on, but that is pretty cool because I've seen so many people. They have landed jobs without any formal education in IT, and now their companies are paying for their formal education. So that is pretty cool. I love to hear that from a lot of people. So going back, we are going to get out of this thinking now with some education information from a valid source. So today we're going to start how to apply for jobs with no experience as a student, and you're actually putting yourself in a scenario. So we have created this scenario for you. So we have A, B, C, and D. These are the people. I'm not going to name them. These are A, B, C, and D. So A thinks by looking at the screen, the requirement is actually none. Work experience is none, and on the job training is none. So you know what? I'm just gonna get up and apply to this job that says entry level position, and they have some information. They usually didn't put anything else, and I'm just gonna go apply. This is the confidence level of A, but most of the people, 99.9% of the people, will not have this type of confidence without having any training. So then this person will not be very successful landing an IT job. So we're going to go to B. Student B is also looking at the screen, but student B also realized that there's a standard in this for this career. There's a standard certification that a lot of people look for. An HR manager looks for this type of certifications, and this is the leading certifications, and no doubt about that. And that is called A+, CompTIA A+. This is the certification that a lot of people will start from. But B will have much better luck than A, because B is following what other people are following. This is the rules. These are the way we hire people, and that's how HR departments and people who really hire you works that way. That is kind of the known way. So B's on the right direction. She either got the certification or going for the certification. Now we have another person, another student C. C already have A+, and C is also going for some college education, and that is going to be his or her IT degree. So C is going to have even much more better chances than A and B together. But then there is another person that is just saying, I am only taking jobskillshare.org courses. How am I going to compete against these three right here? So the solution is very different and very effective. Let me give you an example over here. Let's go to Indeed.com and let's just, in a reality right now, look for a job. Entry level help desk, find jobs. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And what will happen is that this search will come out with all these titles. Help desk, system support. All of these are entry level positions. So when it comes to reality where you are going to look for a job and you're in these three categories, A, B, and C, the problem is this. A lot of people will go and take all these certifications, A+, CCNA, MCSA, and all of these three categories are still confused because when they go to these titles and when they click on it, most of the requirements are pretty different than what they have learned in the certifications. The problem with the certification specifically, either if it's A+, is a pretty broad certification. So it doesn't tell you things that actually happen in reality. It is going to let you just pass things, and some people can really pass this in few days, and that's not going to actually help you in interviews. Now with this person, this may be a better option because this person is already getting trained with someone in college that are already an IT professional or maybe a professor, and they're giving you some information. But I have noticed that a lot of colleges are following books, and their focus is now they will give you like an online certification courses where you just read the videos and then there will be some labs and you do that, and that's still towards passing certifications. I have yet to see any real world courses where people are going to go and apply for jobs over here and then they will be able to answer these questions. Like for example, I have so many people that didn't know in these three categories, how do you actually use Active Directory to add people, reset their passwords, and these are the basic calls you will get as an IT person. So we teach you reality. We teach you first. We have designed our courses in a way that when you finish it, 4 or 5 courses, when you finish that, you're able to go in interview with a high confidence and then sit in front of the HR manager or an IT person and say, I am doing the things that you're doing in a daily life. So this is the courses that I'm doing right now. I have done all this. If they ask you questions about Active Directory, can you reset the password? Say yes, I have done the Active Directory course. Can you do work on Office 365? Because A+ is not teaching you that. In some of the colleges and education, they will not teach you that because their focus is certification. This person will be able to answer that. And your resume will look different because a lot of people are looking for keywords. So these three are going to miss some of the keywords that are not in this certification or their education, but the keyword will be found in this guy, the D, which is going to show you in resume when somebody's scanning the resume. Like, okay, I'm looking for Active Directory, I'm looking for Office 365, I'm looking for software deployments. This is exactly what we're doing at work. So this would be a perfect fit because we don't have to train this person from scratch. That's where the key is. This is why we are so successful and why our members are so happy, because it is not only training you to become an entry-level person in IT. Our training is designed for you to advance your career. So the things that you're learning, you're not going to be stuck in one cycle. It is always going to push you to go further. And if your goal is to become a system admin, then there will be a smooth way or a very clean way for you to just use that route and become a system admin.
Since I mentioned how people are successful, if you want to check where are these people, you can go to YouTube, type Job Skills Share, open the Job Skills Share community channel, click on playlist, and here you can see some of the stories like such as Bradley Williams, who basically started as an intern. So you can see these videos are a year old, 18-year-old intern stepping into IT with no certifications, no degree. At that time, he was going to college. I think he was trying to get into cybersecurity, but that didn't work for him. So he basically started an internship with us, and this is his first video. So we like to capture those moments. And then in second episode, he basically came back after 30 days. And then after quite some time, he came back again to share more knowledge. And today, actually yesterday, he became a sysadmin, which is 1 year gap when he started IT with no certifications, no degree. And now he went for systems administration while he was going to college as well. But he was still utilizing the community, the co-workers. Of course, it's not just that JSS was teaching him and everything, but it's the mindset, it's the way he started, and he was still a part of this community, and he's still in some of our programs helping other interns now to guide them in how to get started. This is the power of this community, that when somebody becomes something, they can be a part of a program to help you out, or if you want to basically continue your education and skills development, you will still use your membership because it gets updated all the time. This is his latest post on LinkedIn, and he will be doing episode 3 with us. As you can see, he's mentioning that I have officially signed the offer letter for junior systems administrator position. And then he basically explained how he started by watching videos first, and then he joined internship, also watching Kevtech. He's our partner and also a friend of our channel, and there's a lot of things that we do together. So this is what we're talking about. It's basically the reality of this career is that you have to be involved, you have to be in a communities, you have to learn different skills, and if you want to do it smartly, then yes, you can go in this career pretty fast to different levels. But again, this is not the only solution. We're not trying to tell people that this is the only solution. We're just telling people that there are a lot of issues in a normal way of getting into IT, and then we are here to solve it basically. We cannot solve every single thing, the issues in this career, but I think we have done a lot of work for past 10 years to be very confident to say that we have created IT professionals from any profession, most of it accounting, mailmen, customer service, army professionals who are transitioning back into civilian life. And then we have worked with so many students that had no degree, no certification, and still landed a job. So let's go a little deeper into this topic of degree versus IT certification versus training and experience. This is something very important. So let's talk about this.
I want to tell people that my suggestions, my advice basically is coming from 15 years of experience in IT, and I'm still working in IT as a system admin. Also, I have people working with me who have different titles. So some are in cloud, some are in security, some are in coding. So they are giving me all the different type of suggestions also that how they're dealing with this type of questions. But of course, our target today is going to be the entry level. The first job that we are focusing on is the technician, the support, the help desk, user support technician, computer support technician. We're talking about this title today. How do you start that? What would be the best route for you to get started? The first thing let's talk about is degree. Degree is very important. For anything education related, you do want to go to some type of formal education like college and university. Now there's actually a good thing about not finishing it while you're in there, so don't worry, you don't have to finish it. And also a good thing about you finished it, don't worry about it, it's going to be helpful because it is going to help you, and I'll explain why. So first of all, degree is going to help you on your resume, whether you're continuing, whether you are right now currently going for a degree or whether you have completed it. Both way you can put it on your resume. One, you can say you're still studying, continue studying, or one, you can put a date and everything and certifications if you have done it, or if you have a degree, you can put that on your resume. So it's a plus sign. So we're going to say check on this, so that's a good thing. So the second thing is management positions. I put management plus. So degree is going to help you later on in IT career. Right now you may not get it. You may say, okay, I have a master's degree. What is the point? If I did masters, why am I going for a help desk position? Other people with masters are landing some high level jobs. Why can't I do that in IT? In IT, it doesn't work that way, especially these days. It's a very skill specific the whole environment is now very skill specific. So I'm going to explain this later on. But why the degree is going to help you later on is that when let's say for example, you were hired in this company and there's two help desk people. One, this is you, and this is another one. Now this person have A plus, you have A plus, and both are very technically good after 1 or 2 years or 2 years, right? So there's a manager position available now. So what will happen now? Both of you are in the same position, both of you have same skills, but what do you have that can impress your higher level people that, okay, you are worthy of manager because why? Because you have that master's degree now, because you have a little higher degree than this person. This person don't have a degree. So you see, this is where you also win because you do have something, so you're going to use it later on. So don't just throw it away. Don't get discouraged. And if you're going for it, don't worry about it. You can still put it on your resume that you're doing it, and that's going to help you later on. Pay. When I put pay plus, the reason for that is that, again, this is going to help you later on. So you don't have to do too much for it. If you have a higher level degree, later on, you're going to jump in pretty quickly because you have that. Now, sometimes maybe a company is hiring someone and they usually put something, let's say 45K, and they will put that in on your, like, when they call you, look, we're paying 45K. You haven't said anything yet. You go to the interview, you show them all the degree. Look, I got a master's and everything. At least I should get at least 55 or 50K. People are flexible in that. They don't just put a hard stop right there. They will, if they like you, they will kind of go up for you. That's how it works. But if you don't have anything, then it's not much you can do about it. They will say, okay, we're already paying you 45K. Nothing else is there for me to impress, so I can up it. So that's where it's a gray area, but still it's a point. You should think about that. So here's another thing. This is where you're gonna have problems. Okay, so I'm gonna put X in this: landing a job. Having resume, a good degree, and landing a job are two different things in IT. Okay, the reason I'm saying this is that when you go to the company, a lot of people may look at your degree, they get impressed, but they really don't care about that. When they go to the help desk positions or the entry-level positions, they're going to straight ask you questions about, do you know Active Directory? Can you add a person? Can you delete a person? Can you reset a password? Can you deploy a computer? Can you deploy computers? Can you do images? Do you know this? Do you know that? That's how they test the help desk guys. That's because, look, help desk is the first person in the company, and it requires a lot of training in the beginning to train someone, and that's what we're doing. I mean, we've been doing this for the past 6 years. Ask me when I do training. Trust me, some people may think it's easy, but I am burned out at the end of my training. So it's not easy for someone to you just came out of the college, you got the degree, and you just land a job, and now another person will be training you. Is he getting paid for that? No, right? So the things are so complex now that nobody will take that responsibility. So this is where you're going to have trouble. You're going to have problems, and that's why degree is not going to help you with landing a job, an actual landing a job, okay? Stress level is going to be very high. Now, the reason for that is it really depends on what kind of training you took in your college or university. Is that training near skills type of training? Are they teaching you something more related to work? Or are they also picking a certification and just going to do a theory, come check this book, do this lab, check this book, do this lab, check, and you're done? That's not going to work for you. So your stress level is going to be very high. The reason for that is when you start landing, even if you land a job, let's say in IT, we say that it's not like you can't land a job. You can land a job with nothing. I have made that video. Please watch that video. I'm going to put it in the description. You can land a job with nothing in IT, but that's where the problem will start. The next day you're going to start working and people will say, we have a ticket, assign it to this person, and you're like scratching your head. What is he talking about? Ticket? What kind of ticketing? I don't know. What is he talking about? So see, all these terms, the ticketing system, all these things are very basic for help desk, and you need to know that to start working. To have a less stress, then you need to do more than that. Your confidence is going to be very low. So when your confidence is low, of course you're going to have problems troubleshooting. You're going to have problems going up, transitioning career. You're going to have confidence issue. And when you get to this point where you have confidence issue, that's where you get stuck in IT, and that's where people hate IT. So that's where, I would say that degree is good, no problem. If you did it, great. If you're doing it, still great, no problem. You got 3 checks in there. Certifications, okay, it's pretty good for resume. Because, like I said, what happened is right now the trend is simple, and I will be very straightforward. You have resume like this, and a lot of people may look for a degree, but more than that, they may just say, okay, is this person applying for help desk position? So does he even know what type of certification he should be taking, right? So if they see A+, so they already know that you have committed some time doing a research. And the research, basically the trend is that if you have A+, that is the first certification a lot of people will go for. It is not academic stamp that you need to do this certification. There's nothing, nowhere academically it says that you have to do this certification. You can do nothing in IT and still get a job. So that is my main point, that you're doing things to cover up all these points that I'm doing right now. Okay, so a certification, if you do it on resume, it's gonna look pretty good. Yes, that's good. That's a good thing right there. I'm gonna put degree in there too. So you got the degree, you got the A+ on your, and this is your other stuff, like your description, whatever, right? So landing a job, I put plus in there. Okay, Management, I didn't put it in there because A plus is not going to help you with management. You don't become a manager with A plus. You don't become a director with A plus. There may some people come in right now and commenting that, oh, I got a IT director position and I just only have A plus. Like I said, in IT anything can happen, but we're talking about kind of like what happens in a majority way of doing things, right? So landing a job is going to be a little easier than this guy. I say little easier, okay? I didn't say it's going to be really easy for you, because if I say it's going to be very easy for you to land a job, trust me, my whole platform is full of A+ certified people. So they're going to come and start screaming at me, what are you talking about? Because that's not true. They're still struggling with all this stuff. So resume is going to be good. Your resume is going to look even much better. Your landing a job ability will be at least better than the top one, because now you know a little bit. Now you can say that, look, I'm taking an A+ certification. That was a requirement, but I can learn more. I'm a great learner. And you see, you can start with that way, and then people will start teaching you. And then that's the normal way. I would say that's the old way, because A+ has been there for so long that's how people been getting jobs, you know. So the pay is definitely going to be good, because now you have certification. Also, you can add more certification, and so the pay is definitely going to be later on also getting better. If you do more certifications, of course you're going to get better with pay, and maybe with your more skills. And I'm not saying that all certifications are like, you know, theoretical based certification. Of course there are some really good certifications like AWS and all that. They're good certifications, you know, so that I'm not going to say too much about that. Your stress level will be definitely there, but it's going to be lower than the first one, the degree one, okay? The reason I say that, you're still not going to know how to use this certification. I have so many people came to this platform with certification. They have no clue how are they going to use this learning that they have done in the college or some boot camp or whatever, you know, online. How are they going to use this? What type of calls do I get? Where do I work? What type of environment? What if it's a service company? What if it's a non-profit company? All of these things matter when it comes to a real world job, you know, as an IT person. So certification is meaningless if you don't know these things. Of course, it's good. You should get it, and then you will learn it the hard way. But if you want to make your learning stress-free learning, then that's not going to be the case in this if you don't have a little bit more than that. Your confidence is going to be a little better than this person. So confidence is going to be like, I'm going to put like half check, because you're confident. Okay, at least I know where to start. It's A+. You can do more research. You're a little more confident than the first person. Okay, now let's talk about the real world training, real world IT skills training. You probably didn't heard about this one, of you. If you have heard about it, this is a new trend these days. Ask anybody, if you get a job in IT and if you advance, a lot of people who have advanced, and in my experience, I have yet to see someone just bringing their degree and taking over my title or somebody else's title. No, it doesn't work that way. It works, you start with an A+, even if you didn't have A+, and you have been in a company and you show that you are a master of PowerShell, you're a master of deployments, you're a master of troubleshooting. I'm not talking about like a big master. I'm talking about just like, you know your stuff. You can move things around. You can do SQL stuff. You can you got a call and now you got solutions. It is not just about troubleshooting, but now you're actually giving solutions. You see how valuable you become for this company? That is called real world skills. This is the skills, IT skills, that you want to look for. So when you get this type of skills, what happens then? Okay, we're talking about this. If you have skills, then what you do is on your resume, you put that there. Even though you don't have anything to show that I am being certified by these big companies and these big colleges, but what happens is that if you apply to a company and they start looking at your resume and they say, okay, so you know about PowerShell, can you tell me about that? And you start, talking about PowerShell. If you talk about scripting, you talk about cloud, you talk about these major things that people are looking for, and you are good at it. That's where people are gonna forget about other things. They don't care about this stuff. They don't care about it. Remember, somebody's running a company. If it's a private company, that's their business. So what are they gonna look for? They're gonna look for someone who is really good at their things, and how can they make their company better. So these two are not going to make it better with their education and their skills and their confidence. They're not going to happen. That's not going to happen. It is going to be this person who has more skills, right? he's going to be able to do it and do it that way. But still, that's, I'm talking about just skills. It's not a real experience yet. This person haven't spent too much time. But think about it. This person is way better than this person in the resume. He's going to have better skills terms in his resume. Landing his job is going to be very easy, which is basically the way you train yourself. You're training yourself for interviews. Not only that, when you land a job, so you're going to be better than these two, because now when you land a job, you know that there's a ticketing system that's coming tomorrow. There's Active Directory that I need to take care of. There's going to be some images that I need to take care of it. There's going to be some deployments. I already know about it. There's going to be troubleshooting. I already know the tools about it. There's going to be remote tools that I'm going to be using for remote staff. I know about the remote tools. I know I can use 2 or 3 different remote tools. I know even some of the well-known problems that I can fix. So you see how confident you are. Your confidence level is going to be very high than these two. Your stress is going to be low because now it's a good stress. These two are bad stress. This one is a good stress because now you're saying, oh, I learned this in the course. I did these things, but this is something new that I learned in this company. So that is my experience now. That's where you're going to be saying, okay, now I am the one who's going to be teaching next after 1 year or 2 years. That's where you're now happy about these things. Your pay is definitely going to grow because now you're thinking about it because you got more skills. The later on you got opportunity, you can talk to the manager about it, and now you have more pay. You definitely can go for the advanced career because this is where you gain that experience and you basically gain on these skills. That's where you're telling other people that, look, I'm not at the entry-level person. I'm better than that. I'm providing you solutions. So when you start providing solutions, this is where you become an experienced IT professional. Okay, so I'm not gonna even talk about, because these are all plus. So I hope you got some idea which one is the one that you should go for. So it's a combination of everything. Except this one. You can't have this one because in the beginning you won't have an experience, right? It's going to be the combination of either certification and real world training or degree of real world training, or you can just go for the real world training first, try it out. If you got the job, then later on make your company pay for certification, make your company pay for degree. That is how smart people will do it in IT. IT should be done smart way, not the hard way. That's just, I tell everybody, you gotta be smart in IT. If you want to love IT, if you want to enjoy IT, if you want to make money in IT, you got to be smarter than that. So how do you do this?
So I already mentioned that there are many ways to get into IT, and why are we basically here doing all of this? Because we have the solution. So definitely we are going to be saying that we have the best solution, but that does not mean it might be the best solution in the whole world. It's really up to you if you want to do your research, and if you can find something better than JSS, then I think you should go for that. But I'm going to be definitely trying something that we think is the best. And the first thing that we start in JSS is free content. And free is not like we do 10 minutes of free videos and then you have to pay. When we say free in JSS community on our YouTube channel, we basically close our eyes and we don't think about our efforts, our energy. We only think about that you're going to basically finish this content and you're going to get a job. And that's highly possible. That can happen just like any other people that have done it in this channel. So if you go to the youtube.com, go to Job Skills Share, click on playlist, and if you want to start learning IT skills in a method where somebody's teaching, like a mentor is teaching, then scroll down and basically start the free IT support training recorded. If you click on it, you will realize that this is a 15 hours worth of training, and this is being paid by the same members about $1,000. So we basically ask the members that, look, we want to help other people too. So when we record it, we can then share it with everybody. And because we do these trainings on daily basis, regular basis, in different ways, then it gets more updated. So this is what I'm talking about. If you go to these videos, you're going to realize how powerful these videos are and how happy people are by watching this type of training. Then of course, if you finish this, then you should go back to the channel and just go back to other playlists. Like for example, this one, it's a new one and we're adding more modern content. So by the time you finish this whole training over here, you are actually ready to perform any entry level job. And even in this channel, people have done it with Kevtech as well, because he's another partner of ours and he has a great channel. So if you go into certain things like this and then ask me a question, can I land a job without paying $1? Yes, 100% you can do it. But of course, you need to have your own labs. Nobody will give you computers for free, servers for free, routers, switches, all of this stuff cost. Electricity, resources, RAM, everything cost. So that's not going to happen. You need to get your own devices and you need to build your own lab to be able to utilize these type of videos, and that's where it's going to have you give you the benefit of that free training, full free training. Now, if you're one of those type of people where it says, no, I'm looking into something more guided. Somebody really need to guide me from start to end. Everything needs to be done guided, and I'm ready to pay because that's I know that it's involved. There are people that are going to be teaching me. They're going to be there. They're going to be giving me resources, and you want to be part of this type of people. Where I talked about Brad Williams right now. You see this? He's on our top site right now, and like I said, we have been doing this for 10 years. So we have hundreds of examples like Christella, Manjinder, Zishan, so many different people in this platform have started with us, and now I have moved to engineer spots as well. For example, one of our community leader, Haifa, she's always there helping us. She started with us from an internship program, and then she went to a level 2 position, and then for her own efforts she became an engineer. Now, we're not saying that we were teaching her to become an engineer. This is her mindset. She started with us, she had this great mind, and she went out for other advanced learning. And just like other people that you see working for big companies right now, not to say that we trained them to get into the big companies. It's that the way they started is what makes us proud, because we teach people not in a theoretical way and just get them stuck in a very small certification. We basically teach them to become real engineers later on. The mindset is already prepared, then they can take on the other learning and not give up very quickly. So this is why you have so many help desk or IT professionals. They cannot move up because the way they have started their career, either they become very lazy or they just are scared of moving up. Here you don't do that. You already start working with Active Directory servers and things like that, but we do it in a very nice and easy way, so then you get started on it later on. So if you want to start with us and you want to be a part of the program where you're a part of some community, then we offer guided programs. So the one program that we basically say that everybody should start if you're a beginner and you want that services, like you want us to work with you, you want to give you want a title on your resume, because another big thing, like a trainee internship. So we have a company, we basically give you educational projects, and basically you use our title on your resume, and then a resume is kind of beefed up to represent you as a technician, and which is really great because you're not lying about it. At the same time, when somebody calls us, we tell them that yes, this person is a trainee, he is training with us, and this is the projects that he's doing, and that's it. That's what people want to look for, a more practical approach towards it. So you can come over here and you can click on the details and make sure to go over it. And this is a kind of like a Discord that we use for our trainings, where you will come and then you will be a part of this training. As you can see, this is right now a person just joined yesterday and did an introduction in this training right now, and we have been doing this for many months now, and some people have already landed a job. For example, Marcus, who just landed a job in this training after 3 months, and he's still a part of this training. He still have to finish his training, and he still have access from us. And Brad, the person who I mentioned before, he is also a part of this. So this program is not designed where you go into a class and you're done. It's basically you get into a program and you develop with other people. At the same time, you're growing in this career. So this is how we are doing. So make sure to go over this if you are interested in our program. If let's say you are not interested in a program method, then we offer memberships. Memberships, again, is a self-paced training. Everything self-paced. We don't provide mentorship in this. We don't give you a title or references, but it is still a very powerful access where you have a hands-on access to labs, material, content, and everything is a step-by-step way. So This is what we are offering people. This is how you start with us, and this is how you can become one of these type of people like this if you want to get started. But again, this is not the only solution. Make sure to do your research, and if you have any other questions, let us know. We will definitely answer that in our videos and other format. Thank you so much.